No, the title does not have a typo. It is correct. I officially turned 30 this past week. The good old dirty 30. That's right, I'm an old man now. I'm over the hill, and gosh dang it, I'm looking forward to retirement. And seeing as how it's my birthday, I seemed fit that I do what every YouTuber does on their birthday, and that I do some kind of thing where I do 30 things I learned when I turned 30. So all I did was just Google turning 30, and all these things popped up that were mostly written for and by women. So I just clicked on the first one, which happens to be Huffington Post, which is, I don't know if it's a step above BuzzFeed or it's right on BuzzFeed's level, but most of their stuff is pretty BuzzFeedy. And this article is titled 30 Things I Learned When I Turned 30. Like I said, every YouTuber does it, but you know, I'm all about originality on my channel. So in the beginning of this article, it goes on about how she's terrified to turn 30 and she shudders in panic when she types that number, which honestly, it doesn't really feel any different than I was when I was even like 25. I feel pretty much the same. Number one on this list says, friends really do come and go, and that's okay. And you know, by the time I was in 7th grade, I already learned that because I'd already gone to 3 different schools and made friends at every one of them. And being, 13 in 7th grade? This is before cell phones were a thing. I didn't have a car. So, I mean, yeah, when you move to a new school, you just don't have those friends anymore. No one's house is sparkling clean all the time. You know, it might look pretty clean from what you guys can see, but if I turn this around, it would... yeah, this one's true. You really are your own best friend. But dogs are good ones too. This article is kind of making it seem like you're just alone now when you turn 30. Friends come and go. You're your own best friend. Dogs are good ones too. You're just going to be alone when you turn 30. You might as well just accept it and buy a dog. Love doesn't make life perfect, but it does heighten the experience, especially if that love is from yourself and from your dog. The honeymoon does last. It just changes a lot. So, in other words, it doesn't really last. I mean, if you have something and it changes a lot, then that means it isn't the same anymore, so it doesn't last. Alright, whatever you say. You really do need to find the job you love. Now, instead of just thinking that this article was written by somebody who's lonely, I'm kind of finding that it's written by somebody's mom to somebody else. Like, she's always haggling like, you just gotta be your own best friend. You should buy a dog. You should find a new job you love. You're 30 years old. What the hell? Never underestimate the impact on those around you. And sometimes a smile can change everything. If your friends are constantly coming and going, I guess you gotta have some kind of impact on their life, right? Surprises are the best part of life. Like, being 30 years old, honestly, not a whole lot of things surprise me anymore. Failure can be a good thing because it can lead you to more fulfilling places. I've always said that when you fail, that's when you learn something, but when you succeed, then you're just practicing what you've already learned. So I can agree with that one. There's no timeline on your life. There's no age limit to getting married, buying a house, having kids. There's also no requirement to having those things. Live in the moment, enjoy your life as it is, and only seek to change when you are ready. I feel like that could be the only point in this entire article and it could be done. Because that's the whole reason why people freak out about turning 30. They think that their life is over now, and like they don't realize that they're still young and they have, like, they're not even halfway done with their life. It's kind of stupid when people freak out and have midlife crises when they're just turning 30 years old. Crying over what-ifs is never productive. But tell him what you're upset about. No, that's true. And when you get old enough, you need to be able to move past things that just don't work out. And what if this happened when I was 21 instead of this happening? And also, not even just him, but any of your friends in your life, even your dog, if you're upset, just tell them why. You'll work it out together, I guess. You and your dog. Your body will change over the years. Embrace it. So in other words, if you keep eating and drinking and doing the things that you're doing now, you're just going to get fat. That's what you're trying to say. That's why I'm drinking Gatorade, because when you turn 30, like, people don't tell you this, but every day is like a hangover. You just got to replenish your electrolytes. Wear what you love because the trends will come back around. Kind of true. I've seen Converse come in and out of style like 9 times so far, but I've never really cared. This jacket's like probably 8 years old. This beanie is just a brown beanie with pins on it. This shirt is pretty sick though. Don't be afraid to say I love you too often. There's honestly not a day that goes by where I don't tell my cat that I love her. Your true friends will celebrate your success and support you in your failures. So that's true. When I was a kid, I used to get so upset when people would succeed, and I would get jealous, and when they would fail and I would succeed, I'd be like, it's kind of bad to say, but I'd secretly be like, it sucks for them, but I'm doing great. Don't be afraid to say no. I don't think I've ever been afraid to say no. If I don't want to do something, when I was a kid, I would just kick and scream, and I still do the same thing today. It's okay to accept your weaknesses, like cooking in my case. Amen to that, sister. Put the phone down and take in the life around you. This is something I try and do all the time, but then at the same time, it's really hard not to take pictures of yourself, that, living in that moment. Because, you want to enjoy the moment, so a better way to enjoy it than to take a picture of yourself enjoying the moment and post it on Instagram so other people can enjoy you enjoying yourself in the moment. Winged eyeliner is hard. Seriously. You know what? I'm not going to... You're probably right. I'm not going to argue that one. Always set a timer when cooking. It's kind of hard to remember to do this when the microwave just sets the timer for you when you're heating up a Hot Pocket, so that's easy. Red lipstick can overshadow a bad hair day. Normally when I'm having a bad hair day, I'll just throw on a beanie. Or if I'm lazy, I'll just throw on a beanie. But, when I'm running late to work and I'm having a bad hair day, I'm going to have to try this lipstick thing. I think it could work out. Leggings or pants, end of story. I'm not going to argue this one. I enjoy leggings, especially when girls wear them. So keep rocking them, girls. Never forget where you came from. Take lots of photos so you don't forget. See, this is what I'm saying. How can you forget where you came from if you're taking photos of yourself enjoying the moments of where you're at while on your phone? But eventually you're going to need to clear that space on your phone so you can take more photos. So what better place to put them than on Facebook or Instagram? See, it works out. So you might as well just be on your phone while you're in the moment. It's a fine line between being nice and being walked over. Tread carefully. This one is also very true, which can also just be the only thing on this list, and it would be pretty valid, because there is a difference between just being nice to people and people taking advantage of you, and there's another thing between being nice and doing nice things for people that genuinely just want your help. This also reverts back to the thing where just don't be afraid to say no, which in that case, the easiest way to say no is just throw yourself on the ground and start crying and screaming no. It works every time. The most valuable thing in life? Time. I feel like this kind of contradicts the thing of there's no timeline on your life. If the most valuable thing in life is time, then some of the things I should have had done by now, I just wasted 30 years of my life. But I guess since now I know the value of time, since 30 years of my life are gone, I probably learned to value it by now. Well, that was a long list, and it's just going to keep getting longer and longer, but we made it through. All 30 things that this person learned when they were 30 that they probably should have learned when they were 15. And even though I just poked fun at this article for like the past 10 minutes, it isn't that bad. Most of the stuff in here is true. Turning 30 isn't that bad. If you are going to turn 30, don't stress. I turned out just fine for the most part. And like I said earlier, I don't feel any different from now compared to when I was 25, other than the fact that I feel like I have a hangover every day that I wake up. And if you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and wish me happy birthday in the comments and let me know how old I am. Tell me what you're going to get me for my retirement present. If you've seen any of my videos before, most of them are kind of roasty videos where I make fun of comedians that aren't really funny that are found on Instagram, like Lele Pons and people like that. So if you come across something, go ahead and send me a message on Instagram or even Facebook or Twitter. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can see any of my future posts. And I'll see you guys next time.
I was trying to make it relying on